Hi guys, this is Cheryl with Charlotte County Wonderworks, and we're continuing to our part 2 video on our SNAP challenge. Now we're into the produce area, like I said, with the produce that we just talked about in our last video. And here's some ideas. Whenever you get any of your bruised produce, okay, we have some here that's like tomato, and you can see it's got a little problem there, and we've got a problem here with our garlic, and there's a lot more other produce. I just want to pull everything out. But here's the thing, okay? Take your seeds out of your produce, all of them, and get yourself some nice black dirt if you can. Hopefully your ground is good enough for it to do so. Put it in a little planter or a jar. We have some blank jars even like this here. You can start in your house, or not in your house, but like in your back shaded area of your backyard somewhere, and water them every 2 days on your seeds in your soil, because then this will start a phase where you can grow your own produce, and they're not going to come in your first year, maybe not your second year, but within your third year, second to third year, you'll see some results. And in my third video, we'll go out and I will show you all the produce that I have accumulated within just 2 years. And like I say, you've got to take care of it as if you're taking care of a kid. About every 2 days, you need to water it, unless you get a lot of rain. Then, like I say, skip a day if it's raining. But your tomatoes, I've actually opened these up when they're really bad. I mean, a really bad, rotten one. And I couldn't use it, and I just basically opened the whole thing up. You can see all the seeds in it and everything, and basically I just put it right down into the dirt, roughly about 2 inches or more, and it didn't do nothing the first year, of course, but the second year it started popping up in a whole bunch of little ones, and every seed was growing. Same thing with the citrus and your jalapenos. It don't have to be jalapenos. It can be even green peppers if you get a hold of green peppers, banana peppers, any of that. Same thing with your garlic. When your garlic will start growing and it'll start seeding, you'll have carrots and other things. But on a lot of the bruised produce, like we have here in this bag here, I frozen a lot of my produce. And the way to do that is basically blanching in hot water first. On the stove, and I didn't de-seed it or nothing, so basically it has all its skin along with the whole thing, and that's the easier way to do it, because even if it gets freezer burnt, you'll have the outside skin protecting more of the inside as part of the actual tomato. Okay, as you can see right here. Okay, and the same thing, I had some green beans that someone was getting rid of, and I got them fairly cheap, and I did the same thing, blanched them, put them in a Ziploc. Now these Ziplocs you can also get at the dollar store for $1. Also, you can do soups with a lot of your produce, vegetable soup, beef soup, chicken soup, whatever. And if you're into canning, or if you don't know how, you can stay tuned to some of my videos. I'll show you how to can. But these are basic vinaigrette type of cannings. This one here happened to be cucumbers, because remember I was telling you at the produce market they had a lot of bruised cucumbers? Well, this is what you do with your cucumbers. And if you see in the bottom, we got all kinds of sediment from the spices and stuff that I used. This one here is with tomatoes, and actually has some herbs in that one, basil. And this one here, they were getting rid of around St. Patrick's Day with a lot of cabbage. So I actually made a chow mix out of that with some carrots. Now carrots you can also grow right along with green onions too. And I'll show you how to do that in my next video. But this gives you some ideas to help reduce that grocery bill dramatically, especially when you're on a budget. And if you're on the SNAP program. Now this is another thing I haven't touched base with, but you can go to your area restaurants that have like takeout. Like we got here Burger King and Pizza Hut, Hungry Howie's, and your local Chinese joints, and Arby's and so on and so forth, even McDonald's, and grab as much as you possibly can on any of their little condiments and stuff like that, because that saves you money from buying spices from either the dollar store or in the flea market. Like this one here is like crushed red peppers. Sub sauce on this one is like a vinaigrette, like a salad dressing you could use on your vegetables possibly, like this one here. These here are sauces that you can use on meats right along with all your Chinese stuff. And as you can see, if you ask your family or friends and neighbors and you don't want to spend a lot of money, you can accumulate a lot from all your family and friends. And if you need ideas on how to utilize that or what to do with a lot of this, put that all in the refrigerator, and hopefully we'll come up with some ideas, or I have ideas. I just need another video, I guess, to put it all in. But that gives you the lowdown on some of the produce and what to do with the bruised produce. But always, always, always save your seeds. Dry them out, save them. And if you have really bad produce and you grab something that you think you can't use, split it open, cut it in half, cut it in fours or whatever, and put it in the ground and start growing it and make your own garden to be self-sustained off that. Also too, I forgot to tell you, sometimes like here, you got Burger King, you got some croutons. Those croutons that you can get at other places, or cookies, or dried breads of any sort, or whatever. Save all that, because you can actually use that for a breading for, you can sit there and crush it all up and use it for a breading for your different meats and stuff like that to fry in the frying pan with your, leftover maybe hamburger grease or bacon grease or whatever you have. Okay, so those are some of my tips there. Watch out for my next video when we go out in the actual garden to see what happens when we grow all our produce from seeds and how to do so. So stay tuned. Watch for my next video, part 3.